Okay, I'm going to do a longer video initial review of this Makita brushless 4-speed mid-torque half-inch impact wrench with friction ring anvil. First off, right out of the gate, this friction ring is horrible. This one's so good I can't even get the socket off half the time, which is one of the complaints on the tool. And actually, comparatively speaking, which I just got that off fairly easy, this one doesn't seem to hold on to the sockets at all. Like, they just, as soon as you go to pull it, it just slides right off, like super easy. And as you can see, the size of the friction ring, it's a little bit thicker. I mean, quite a bit thicker actually. And it doesn't quite come over the top of the anvil itself. So when it comes to that, this one does. It comes over, like, it's a noticeable difference. I can feel it. This one does have also the detent, where you can actually slide a pin in to hold, like if you're using your socket over and over and over and you're not changing your socket, you can put a pin in and put like a little, it's like a little rubber O-ring that holds the pin in, and then no, it's not going to come off. Yeah, that's fine. If you're going to do that, that's fine. This one has a lot of like gimmicky features, like all these special automatic modes. I don't see any actual tire tech or mechanic using any of these, except for maybe to not lose a bolt. But if you're really good with an impact, you're not gonna lose a bolt. I mean, I used to spin them off with an air gun, and then as they flew off of the wheel, I'd catch it with my hand and set it down. That's how good I got when it came to an air gun. Whoa. This one has no, can't even spin that, that's weird. So I was expecting this one to be quite a bit more powerful, and then I looked in the instructions to make sure I was in the right mode. And there's 4 speeds, and then if you hold the mode button down, what it does is it does like full speed. It does full speed with the trigger up, now spinning. So it was locked up. It was sitting on the back of the hammering mechanism. So it goes full speed with about half trigger pull. That's what that little blue light is for right here, according to the instructions. And then you also have these modes, which do different things. You have to look into the instructions to find out what they do. But this is the indicator that shows that that's on, and then these little blue indicators on the numbers show the different modes. So there's 3 different modes. 1, 2, 3. And then also you can turn that max RPM off. And you can also turn the light on and off. You gotta pull the trigger, then push the light, which the light on this one, I mean, comparatively speaking, of course, to the Ridgid, which has a dedicated light switch, is just junk. I mean, it's almost unusable because it's not even pointed up. This one goes all around. As long as you're not using a huge socket, it does very, very well for lighting up dull areas. The only explanation I could think of to why the octane outperforms this one is because of the 21700 cells. But this is an older 3 amp hour battery, one of the more beat up ones. As you can see, it's probably about 2 years old, I think, and so it's gone through a couple hundred discharges and charges and whatnot, because I regularly have to charge these batteries. They run out super quick, and that's my main complaint on those. These batteries last a lot longer, and they don't seem to lose bars as quick. This tool right here is shorter, as you can see. Lengthwise, it's just a little bit shorter, probably about 3/4 of an inch. All in all, maybe an inch if you want to get really super technical. I'm not going to measure the tool because I don't care that much, but in the small amount of time that I was using both of these tools, this one right here is hot. Was super hot, but now it's just warm. This one didn't even get warm. Like, it didn't get warm at all. So I'm interested in to find out why that's a thing. And it's also got this rubber overmold that looks like you can remove it, so maybe that would help cool this down. I don't know why you'd put so much rubber over the part that needs to cool down. This right here is a nylon plastic, which actually, if you do get the tool super duper hot, it kind of smells weird, but I'd never actually gotten it hot because it usually gets the job done fairly quickly. But as you can see, the thickness of this tool is crazy. And just kind of like compare them like this. This one's thin, about this wide, and this one's about 3/4 of an inch wider. Yeah, it's not scientific. I don't care. Science sometimes gets in the way of real life. But all in all, I have to say that my first impressions of this tool are not good. I'm not sure what Makita is doing or trying to do, because according to the box, it says nut busting force 740 foot-pounds, maximum torque forward 520. So I fully torqued forward on the Makita. This one tore it right off like it was nothing. So if this has a maximum torque of 520 foot-pounds tightening, that would require over this rated nut busting to get it loose. And when I fully tightened with this one took 3 separate tries, which is why it got so hot. 3 separate tries. Only one of the tries was on the camera, which it actually did remove. But before that, I did it for 3 separate times for about 20 seconds a pop. Did not budge it. So this one is a liar. Just like the Ridgid impact drivers lie about their torque specs, this is a liar on its torque specs. And I'm very disappointed in that, because it came with a subcompact hammer drill, which I need. I don't have a subcompact anything when it comes to drills. And so now, if I return this, I'm pretty sure I have to return that. So that just creates a hassle. But there's nothing that compels me to keep this tool. Absolutely nothing. Ridgid's got a lifetime warranty. This comes with 3 years from the second you purchase it. That's ridiculous. That's dumb. The only thing I can say about Makita is their batteries are awesome. Their battery chargers are awesome. Other than that, I'm not impressed with their tools. Their trimmer and blower combo, love it. The rear handled 36-volt saw with 2 5-amp-hour batteries, that's actually where these 5-amp-hour batteries came from. That saw is pretty amazing. So smooth, and it's heavier, so it's actually easier to keep a straight cut. But as for these types of tools, impacts, drills, I don't know what they're doing, but they're moving backwards. Ridgid's also doing the same thing on their new line, and they're starting to suck. And so if you can, get the octane stuff before it disappears, because you will regret it. But like I said, this is my initial thoughts on this exact impact, and I may actually go and get some lag bolts, some pretty significant lag bolts, and we're going to test these again if I can get those for a relatively good price. So stay tuned for that. But as for right now, this right here is like a frowny face inside my head. This one, I'm just like, whoa, baffled. So stay tuned for that.